I'm hungry.
Let's go and eat.
Okay. No, don't escape my love. قبل ما أنسى ما بقرأ عربي بحكي عربي بس. So please, if you're sharing infographics that are purely in Arabic or messages that are purely in Lebanese, I don't know what the fuck it says. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what it
مايا كاليستا أو مايا خليفة ممثلة أفلام إباحية تقول إنها معتزلة بعد أن صنعوا منها نجمة الأفلام الإباحية الأولى في أمريكا. مايا من مواليد عام 1993 بلبنان، وانتقلت للعيش في أمريكا مع أهلها وعمرها 7 سنوات. سكنت في مقاطعة مونتجيمري بولاية ميريلاند. تركت عائلتها والتحقت بجامعة تكساس لتحصل على بكالوريوس في التاريخ، ثم عملت في مطعم للوجبات السريعة في سن 18. ثم تعرفت لمواطن أمريكي لتحصل على الجنسية الأمريكية، ثم عملت ممثلة أفلام إباحية لتصبح أول عربية تسجل اسمها في هذا المجال.
Let's go through this step by step. How did a girl who was brought by her parents to the United States from Lebanon, your home country, schooled in the United States, clearly smart, went to university in Texas, read history, how did you get involved with the sex porn industry?
I don't think low self-esteem discriminates against anyone. It doesn't matter if you come from a great family or if you come from a not so great background. I struggled my entire childhood with weight, and I never felt attractive or worthy of male attention. And suddenly, my first year of college, I start losing all this weight from making small changes. And by the time I graduated, I was ready to make a bigger difference. I felt extremely self-conscious about my breasts because that was the first thing to go when I lost all the weight. I lost about 50 pounds. I don't know how many kilos that is, or stones.
Well, it's a considerable amount of weight.
Yeah.
It changed your body, it changed you physically.
Completely.
Yeah.
So my biggest insecurity was my breasts. So I wanted to more or less go back to what they normally were. And once I did that, I started garnering all of this attention from men, and I was never used to it. And I felt like unless I held on to it and kind of did what was asked of me or what was expected of me, it would go away. And after feeling what it was like, that validation and, you know, the compliments for the first time, I did not want that to go away.
Islamic headscarf, often known as hijab. And of course then it developed into a sort of a sex scene. You must have known how provocative that was.
I verbatim told them, you guys are going to get me killed.
And they said?
They just laughed.
Why didn't you then say, I'm not doing it?
Intimidation. I was scared. But I knew that if I said no, it would, you know, they're not going to force you to do it. That's, at that point, that's rape. No one's going to force you to have sex. But I was still scared. I mean, have you ever felt scared to, not scared, but nervous to speak up and say something at a restaurant when your food's not right and the waiter comes by and says, how is everything? I was intimidated. I was nervous.
في البداية جعلوا منها نجمة أولى للأفلام الإباحية.
A very tight top that was backless and very thin and form-fitting. On my way out, I see Dave. He told me to come to your table because you have something to tell me or something to ask me. He said, so we want to ask you something. I'm going to give you this website and you should go to it on your own time. So he wrote down, handed it to me on a piece of paper. And I went to the bathroom and I checked it out. And as soon as I saw what it was, I was like, oh, this would be so cool. So I ran to your table and I said, yes, I want to do it. I want to do it, please.
تصبح نموذج مبهر أمام المرأة العربية، ولسان حالها بيقول طلعي الكبت اللي جواكي ورحرحي، مش هتاخدي حاجة من الأدب والاحترام ولا هيأكلك عيش.
You lost 50 pounds your body weight.
Yeah.
Got boobs. Got pretty.
Yeah.
And then you're like, let's test this out.
Yeah. Like, oh, I am attractive. Like someone wants to film me. Someone wants to have sex with me.
صراحة نجمة الأفلام الإباحية ميا خليفة المتعددة الجنسيات والتي تقع من أصل عربي وتتمتع بالجنسية الأمريكية.
I was born and raised in Lebanon. I was born in Beirut. So I'm Lebanese.
You're Lebanese?
Yes.
And you moved to the United States when you were how old?
I was 12 years old.
I'm thinking that Lebanese women are kind of conservative.
No,
They're not?
actually. No. In Lebanon, you are nobody if you don't have a boob job or a nose job. They're very westernized, and it's because they're mainly Catholic. The
Really?
majority of the population is Catholic.
So I got this all wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so like if some of these Lebanese women would get out of Lebanon, we might have a whole influx of Lebanese
Exactly.
porn stars.
You guys wouldn't have enough studio space to fit them all. I've got big buns.
Big buns. You do? How big are those buns?
34 double D.
34 double D. You know what? I have to have you stand up. Because you are super thin. Okay, 34 double D. Do you have an ass?
A little one.
Let's see it.
You have to special order those.
Yeah, they probably throw me out.
I was pretty slutty in high school.
Slutty in high school. How so?
I sucked a lot of dick in high school.
You sucked a lot of dick in high school. Really? Mm-hmm. Like, were you known as the blowjob girl?
I was.
Do you have skills?
I've got skills, yes.
Blowjob skills?
Yes.
You're not a head sucker?
No.
You know what I
No.
mean, right?
No, I don't just suck the tip. You gotta go all the way.
All the way down?
Yeah, you gotta deep throat, you gotta work your hands, sometimes use both hands.
You can deep throat. Do you think you could deep throat porn star cock?
Yes.
Can you handle that?
Yes.
You can deep throat
I want to handle that.
You can deep throat Tony. No doubt.
Yes.
Deep throat, I mean all the way down to the
No,
balls.
yeah, like, it'll go past my esophagus and, get comfortable in there, start paying rent.
They walked in and gave me the script and told me what I would be wearing, and I said, "You are going to get me killed." That was my verbatim reaction. I looked the producer dead in the eyes and said that. And not even a week later, the death threats were racking up. The entire Middle East was after me. Lebanon disowned me. My family disowned me. I had just every Muslim on Twitter basically like coming after me with proverbial pitchforks. They photoshopped a picture of me onto another person's body getting beheaded, and I don't remember what the exact text was, but it was along the lines of a threat that I took very seriously. There was also a Google image screenshot of my apartment tweeted at me that had a death threat go along with it. My Instagram account got hacked by ISIS, and they started pushing propaganda on it, and then Instagram shut it down. I mean, it came at me from every which way, and it was, I think that's why I have such thick skin now. Like, no one harassing me on the internet is going to get to me after all of that.
هي دي مايا خليفة، واللي ما يعرفش مايا خليفة أكيد يعرف نظارة. إيه حكاية نظارة مايا خليفة؟ شكرا لحضراتكم، ونكمل في الفيديو القادم.